All right, listen up. It's a couple of minutes past 6 a.m., so let's talk about mornings. Mornings are tricky, right? You wake up, maybe you're still tired, still groggy. You look at yourself in the mirror, and that wrinkly face is staring back at you. It's really easy to feel like I'm not ready for this day, or I could really use a few more hours of sleep. We've all been there. But the thing is, mornings are actually your secret weapon. It's when you've got the clearest chance to set the tone for everything that is going to happen afterward. And no, I'm not talking about jumping out of bed like a superhero with a cigar in your mouth, all hyped and caffeinated. I'm talking about small, deliberate, doable actions that help get your mind in the right place, even if you're feeling like crap. And here's the thing about mornings. It's not about being perfect or energetic from the moment you open your eyes. It's about finding that one tiny thing that you can do that gives you just enough momentum to keep going. So let's say you wake up and the first thing you do is what? Grab your phone and start scrolling. We've all done it, right? But ask yourself, is seeing random headlines or people's updates or whatever nonsense first thing in the morning pushing you toward anything meaningful? Probably not. And I'm guilty of it too, but here's what I realized. You gotta start small. It sounds so simple, maybe too simple, but I promise you, those tiny actions first thing in the morning are everything. It could be as simple as making your bed or drinking a glass of water. It doesn't seem like a game changer, right? But it is. It really is. Because when you complete even the smallest task, your brain takes note. You're telling yourself, I'm up, I'm moving, and I'm doing something. That tiny win, as insignificant as it seems, is the beginning of momentum. And momentum, my friend, is the secret sauce. Most people think success happens in these massive, sweeping moments, like one day you wake up and suddenly, somehow, everything just falls into place. But no, man. Success is built on those little things. You stack one small win on top of another, and another, and another, and before you know it, you've created a routine. And here's the kicker. It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to be something that would get you a million likes on social media. It just has to work for you. Now, I'm not saying starting small means thinking small. Actually, quite the opposite. While you're stacking these little wins, you've got to be thinking big. What's the bigger picture? What are you really working toward? You've got to keep that vision in mind, even on days when you're dragging your ass out of bed. And you got to remember why you do it. Because you got to have a why. And I'm not talking about some grand declaration to the world that you're going to conquer it today. It's not about making some huge public statement. It's just about having that quiet conviction within yourself. Because that's where the power lies. You don't need to tell anyone what you're doing. You don't need anyone's approval to get started. You just need to know where you're going and let that guide your mornings. For me, mornings are a reminder that success is built quietly. It's not loud. It's not flashy. Real success happens when no one's watching. And honestly, that's where it matters most. So let's say you've got this big dream. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to finally get in shape. Or maybe you're just trying to get through a tough patch. Whatever it is, the vision is there. But it feels so far away, right? Like, how do you even start? Well, you start small. You write down one idea for that business. You do 10 push-ups or go for a walk if getting shape seems impossible. You focus on that one thing, and then you do it again tomorrow. And that's where the magic happens. These small actions start to add up. At first, you don't notice anything different. You'll feel like you're putting in the work and nothing's changing. But trust me, it is. What you're doing is creating a habit, and habits are the foundation of everything. When you're consistent with small, intentional actions over time, you're going to look back and see how far you've come. It's not about how fast you get there. It's about building momentum, even when it feels like nothing's happening. And I want to make one thing clear. Motivation isn't something you wait for. It's not this magical feeling that's just going to show up and push you out of bed. It's something you create. And that's why these small wins are so important. They build trust in yourself. They show you that you're capable of doing something, even on the days when you don't feel like it. It's about building that self-discipline where you get up and get moving, even if you're not feeling it. And yeah, some mornings are harder than others. So some mornings you just want to hit snooze and forget about the world. But here's the thing. Those are the mornings that matter most. If you can push yourself to take even the tiniest step on those days, you're winning. You're proving to yourself that no matter what, you're capable of moving forward. So next time you wake up feeling like you don't have it in you, just remember, you don't have to conquer the world today. You just need to take one small step. Make the bed. Drink the water. Write down that goal. Whatever it is, just start. Because when you start small, that's when the big things happen. That's when you set yourself up for success, even if you don't feel it right away. You're building something bigger than you realize, one small action at a time. And that's what it's all about. So start small, but always keep that big vision in mind. Those little steps you're taking today, that's the foundation of something huge. So keep going.